Hi, this is Focaccia Mama, and it's actually the first time we're doing this. So there may be some glitches, but we're gonna go on. What I'm making is actually the favorite of every place that I take it. I bring things to my PT places, and to different people. So, it's called Scottish Shortbread. And it's just the easiest thing. Anyone really can do it. The first thing you need is room temperature butter. That's very important. 1 cup, so that's usually 2 of those small half cup servings. This has been out for a day. So this goes into our stand mixer. I am Focaccia Mama, so every once in a while you'll hear Italian. Especially if something goes wrong, children. When things go wrong, Mama goes into Italian. And luckily, nobody knows what I'm saying. So, that saves me. So that's 1 cup of salt room temperature butter. And that's salted butter, not unsalted butter. What goes along with that is flour. Now, an important thing about flour is that flours actually have different weights. So it's best to weigh flour if you can. It's supposed to take 3 cups, but I am going to weigh it out at 300 grams as opposed to 3 cups. Now, like I said, if you have only cups, go for it. But it does in the long run, and if you're going to be baking regularly, it is good to have it upscale so that you can do 1. That's already 112. These are not quite a cup, so now I have 228. Now I have 308. I usually do, I don't know why, 302. It's like when you're making tea and you put an extra teaspoon for no reason at all. I don't know. Anyway, that's 300 grams of flour. Now, from here, we need, and this we are not going to see. We are not going to weigh is the sugar. Now the sugar is an important sugar because it's, oh no, we do that. 100 grams, honey. You see, this is the first time you're going to see mistakes. 100 grams. So we have 300 grams of flour, AP flour as they say in the lingo. And this sugar is baker's sugar. It's something that's between normal granulated white sugar and confection sugar. It's just slightly grainier, slightly finer. So we need 100 grams of baker's sugar, and you can get it anywhere. Like, it's not a Whole Foods thing. You can get it at Walmart, you can get it anywhere. Just have to look. Okay, so 100 grams, that's 58. 106. Oh my god, I took that exactly 6. That's weird. Alright, we're gonna put it on. Okay, so now we have everything measured out. The next part of this is that you really need to aerate your flour, especially your flour. You need to aerate it. So you can use a real, this is an old-fashioned, gosh, what's the word? I lose words sometimes. But if you don't have something like this, hello, people usually have this, so you can use this. And in fact, that's what we are going to use, just to show you how easy is. So just stick some in. Airy. And it is, even if it says that it's sifted, do it again. You're not gonna, it doesn't take that much effort. And the end result will be different. So that's one. Aeration done. Perfect, as they say in my town. Perfect. Okay. At the end, you just let the last go in. Okay, so now the flour is all done. We are going to do the same thing with the sugar, but only because little, you can't see really well, but little rocks stay there. So you just simply do the same thing, pour it in, shake it up. Pour it. I so love that the sink is right there. Okay, pour it in. Perfect! Okay, now, it's the first time I'm using this. We're hoping this is going to work. Yes, it will. Let us see, we're going to turn off the scale. Okay. This. So now we have that. I got it! Okay, so now we have the 1 cup of softened butter. Salted butter here. So we are going to unlock it. Yes, girl, we did it. And now we're going to make it. Are we? It's not plugged in. We have to plug it in. I told you you'd see glitches. Okay. There you go. Literally for just a few seconds. It's literally just to get the butter soft and somewhat creamy. Once you've done that, now you're going to lift, if you have a stand mixer. I think they're not this. Okay, now you are putting these two together, amalgamating them, and having the salt ready. Good, the salt ready. Here it is. My daughter's here helping me. Her name is Dominique. God bless her. Alright, we are going to now start this up again to make some noise. Makes a lot of noise, sorry. And it's literally a pinch to dump. And it's kosher salt. Wow. Kosher salt. Okay. We have a cat here who's paying a lot of attention. His name is Jim. He's just helping as much as he can. Okay, this is now... Here, I know I can show you. Look. See, it's almost like a whipped cream. A hard, like frosting maybe. So once it gets to that, you are, if you have a stand mixer, and my children, you're going to have to deal with this. This is good stuff. We don't put this in water and let it go away. We don't put this down the drain because it's sugar. It's delicious. I promise I'm not putting it back. We're now changing. For everything that I make that's sweet, that's going down. So be prepared. Alright. I'm just scraping all the butter and sugar to the bottom. Now we are going to literally dump in the flour. Not even do 1 cup and then another cup. Sometimes you have to do that. Not in this case. You just dump in the flour. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Hello to the people. I did it. Okay. We get that in here. Now let's. Whoa! It's going. I've been told that the recipes for Scottish shortbread was developed for Scottish sailors, and that it was because it lasted a long time. So you can keep this for a long time. Like I'm talking a week, 2 weeks, easily. At this point, you're going to have a crumbly dough. Let me get this. And now we need this. This has to be a spring form pan. That's what they're called. The bottom separates from the top or the sides. And this is a 9-inch. It's another little important piece of information you need. Okay. So now, my daughter's cat is sitting there looking so luxurious. We have to show you Jimmy before we turn off because he has to be a part of it. Alright, I need help. My hands don't work very well, so Dominique will be helping me periodically. Alright, when you're doing any kind of baking, I think almost anything in the kitchen, I use these things at home, but not everybody has. So you use a towel, and that will prevent it from doing what this thing just did, which was slip all over the place. I need it to stay in place, and now it will stay in place. Okay, so you'll see that the dough is somewhat crumbly. So now you're going to use the heat of your hand. And I actually love this part. It's when you put your love into the thing that you're making. A friend of mine gave me a card that said, magic is everywhere if you don't know science. And that's where I am. I definitely am. I don't know the science of baking or the science of what glutens do or etc., etc. But when you have a stand mixer especially, it's like magic. There's a point with dough that it goes from this one state to a second state in what seems like seconds. So you'll see that it's not so crumbly anymore. It's more amalgamated together, and that's because of the heat of my hand. And I happen to have very hot hands, I've been told. I won't tell you by who or from where. Okay, we're going. Now, another piece of silly equipment that you'll need. Wax paper. And rolling pin. The pin of rolling. At home I have my grandma's. I have my grandma's rolling pin and one of her ladies. I like this thing. And my mom's spatula. Okay, so you're just rolling this out to cover the palette, I guess maybe you could call it, the bottom of what this spring form is. And it can be somewhat rough because it's going to cook and level out. It's going to bake, not cook, but shouldn't say cook. Okay, so I can now lift you and show you. You'll see that's become amalgamated. It's nice and flat. I can use the heat of my hand to make it even flatter and get together a little bit more. So, you'll need to roll it out, as I said, wax paper, rolling pin, and it will look like this. Now, in the mid to late 90s and into 2000, I lived in San Francisco, where there were, in the Mission District, it was great, where there were many thrift stores, and I had no money, so a lot of things I purchased at a thrift store, and this is one of the things I got. It's this very bizarre item. I think it's to cut pies. Because if you cut a pie with a knife, the crust tends to do weird things. Whereas if you cut it with this, the teeth really, really cut it well. So, what I do is I use this to divide my Scottish shortbread. First thing I do is make it into more or less half. Rolling this thing is always easier. So that's about half. And then I make it to a quarter. People may freak out because I'm eating raw flour or whatever. Honey, I'm 70. I've been doing it all my life. Okay. From the quarter, I'll now go in and halve the quarter. That's one possibility. Another possibility is just making small slices, and that way you feed more people. They're also very rich because it's sugar, flour, and butter. So it's strange because they're light, but yet not. They're really good dunking. They last for a long, 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 long time. So I am going to make these slices that are a little bit more smaller, so that I can feed more people. Because that's what I like to do. I like to feed people. Okay, and even these, I'm gonna cut in half. I'll show that. You cannot overcome me, I overcome you. Okay, so you'll see now what it looks like. Okay, as you see, I've divided it up into much smaller pieces, smaller than eighths. Now you put this back on, and you just, I'm going to switch it around so you can see. It has a clip, a really easy clip, and you just clip it back. As I'm saying this, it's getting stuck. My advice is to just give it a little, make sure it's actually in the groove, and now it is. Now, an extra thing that I've put on this recipe, because right up until now is a recipe that I got from some site. But this is a real magic weapon. It's sugar and cinnamon and allspice and ginger and clove and a bunch, well, basically those are the spices. And I use it to sprinkle over a variety of things. I make cupcakes and a lot of them get this. So I sprinkle it on very, very liberally. Oh, another thing you can do that I just started doing this Christmas, because I was giving them away as Christmas presents, but they're sort of brown, brown for Christmas. And so I thought, oh, well, let me put some food coloring in it. And oh my God, it was perfect.
I gave blue and green and red. It was so fun. It was just perfect. Okay. So, I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see. This is what you have once you have a sprinkle. Like, you don't have, you can do just sugar and cinnamon. I mean, you don't have to get complicated. Right? So now, important. This has to be in the refrigerator for at least an hour. And that's because of the butter. There's a cup of butter in this. If you don't put it in the refrigerator, it's just going to melt. And you'll have, God knows what you'll have because I never did it. So, try not to find out. That would be my advice. And stick it in the refrigerator. And it can be overnight. It can be in the refrigerator for a while. So, we're over and out until an hour has passed. See you soon. Hello. La Focaccia Mama is back. You will see that this has been in the refrigerator for an hour. And in my case, I just simply put wax paper and something to weigh it down, but you can use anything. Aluminum foil, a cover, a plate, whatever. But I think it should be covered when you put it in the refrigerator just to save it from the odors that are in there. So now we are ready. It is all sprinkled and pretty, and we're going to put it in the oven. It has heated to 350. But when I put this in, I will bring it down to 325, and it goes in for 50 minutes. Okay, so my fabulous daughter Dominique just took this out of the oven. And it's gorgeous. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. So, as part of what you have to do with the spring form is you have to now take it out. Now, at home, you probably won't have a handy-dandy tool like this, but you could use a knife, I'm sure. So I'm just going to go through again and how would you say, reinsert, I guess, this, whatever you used to cut it originally, and then you're going to go all the way around, do every single one. Sometimes it's hard to see. Okay, I got it. Because the sprinkly stuff I put on top, sometimes it's hard to see where the cut is. But I found it. You will not conquer me, I will conquer it. Okay. Just a few more. Going. And we have done it. Ta-da! Okay, I will look this later. Okay, now I need a knife. And I'm going to get one very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. You'll find that I do nothing very quickly. There's no such thing as very quickly in Pat Francis. Okay, now we have a knife, and this knife is just going to go under and up. And that's how we'll get them out. Cooling rack, a rack that cools the Shamama is back, and here we have them. Beautiful little triangles. There are 17, 16. There are 16 because 2 have been eaten. So there were originally 18. But you can also cut them in 8s or whatever. But this is a good amount for a group of people. So I hope you enjoyed the Scottish shortbread made by La Focaccia Mama.